Hello viewers and welcome to Daily Politics. I am Hamza Idris. Barrister Hudu Yunusa Ari, the suspended resident electoral commissioner REC of the Independent National Electoral Commission in Adamawa State, has stated that he stands by his decision to declare Senator Aisha Tahiru Binani as the winner of the governorship election in the state and denies any wrongdoing or regrets in his actions. He refuted allegations that he received a bribe of 2 billion naira to declare the results in the favor of Binani, who was the gubernatorial candidate of the All Progressives Congress in the 2023 election. The incumbent governor and candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Ahmadu Umaru Fintiri, was eventually declared the winner of the election after the supplementary polls. Hudu stated that he acted within the law and that he was willing to comply with the invitation by the Nigeria police regarding the matter. On the program tonight, we will be discussing the politics in Zamfara State and the emerging dynamics following the defeat of the APC in the state. We will also be looking at the race to occupy leadership positions in the 10th National Assembly. As you know, permutations are in top gear, with 9 contenders jostling for Senate presidency and 11 going for the seat of Speaker. We are joined in the studio by Honorable Mansour Khalifa. He is the Assistant Secretary of the All Progressives Congress in Zamfara State. Before now, he served as the Commissioner of Commerce between 2003 and 2007. I also served as Special Advisor to 2 governors in Zamfara State, Abdulaziz Yari and before then Mahmoud Shinkapi. Welcome to the program.
You're welcome.
Honorable. We're happy having you in our studio.
Thank you so much.
We'll go on a short break, and when we return, the conversation commences. Don't go away. Yes, Honorable, the top story today in the political scene, of course, apart from National Assembly, is the statement by Hudu Ari, the resident electoral commissioner in Adamawa State, who has been suspended, that he stands by his position that Binani won the election. Is that funny, or you think he is entitled to his opinion?
Yes. Isn't it funny? As you see, if you see something unfolding and somebody stand by his ground, insisting that he hold no regret by his actions, meaning that he's having something to tender. So, as I'm calling for Nigerians to follow this case judiciously, to its logical conclusion. Don't just jump into conclusions or take the laws into our hands. Follow it to its logical conclusion. Maybe this resident electoral commissioner has something to say.
Are you saying this because you are a member of APC, or you are talking as a Nigerian who believes in due process? A Nigerian
who believes in due process. Allegation has it that he collected 2 billion naira from the APC candidate, and he now said he collected.
He has denied. She also denied. Binani issued a statement saying that she didn't give anybody anything.
And you should look at it. What informed his decision in the first place to announce or to make the announcement? There must be something that is in him.
You think he will not be so low? Anyway, he's also a barrister, meaning he knows the implications of this.
He will not be so low to do that without having concrete or cogent something for him.
Then why did he go into hiding?
No, you know, even though he is not the rightful person to make the pronouncement. So that's why I'm saying that this matter.
Professor Mele from University of Maiduguri ought to have
made the pronouncement,
which he did later.
Maybe he laid his claim based on certain relevant authorities. I don't know. Maybe he has his own relevant authorities that will back him up, that will allow him to make that pronouncement. Maybe.
Up to now,
I'm not too sure.
Up to now, people are trying to unravel this man, Hudu. Of course, we've been trying here. Some are saying some powerful forces are behind him. I don't know whether you also know him.
I don't think so.
Okay.
But to me, he is having authorities back off.
To have done what he has done.
To have done what he has done. Maybe he relied on some authorities, relevant sections of the Electoral Act.
Okay.
Maybe he has them that will back him up.
But of course, the Electoral Act says, of course,
it depends on the interpretation.
He's the resident electoral commissioner, but there is returning officer, chosen by the INEC national chairman.
It depends on the interpretation.
Yeah.
You can provide your authority, and when you go to court, the interpretation of the court, you will be different from the way you expected it to be.
More so, he has said that he is willing to answer the calls by the Inspector
General of Police.
So why can you advise him, maybe, if he is listening to us wherever he is, that since he has his facts and figures, that he should summon courage and just come out?
He said he will go. Didn't you hear him?
Yeah,
he said he will go. So it is when the time limit given to him exceeds or is exceeded, that is when you begin to develop what do you call it?
Cold feet,
culpable aspect of the matter.
Yeah.
But he said he will go. So we'll take him by his words.
Yeah. Okay. Now let's move to Zamfara before we come back to Abuja National Assembly, maybe in the second half of the program.
Okay.
Yes. Certain similarities, honestly, between what happened in Adamawa and what happened in Zamfara in 2019. Of course, there are different scenarios, but you can see they all revolve around the APC. Yeah. In 2019, you've been in politics for over 20 years. You've been part and parcel of power. Yeah. You've served as a commissioner, then, special advisor, meaning that you've been with each and every governor since 1999.
Yes.
So nobody should tell you a better story than what you... Yes. 2019, you won the state assembly, you won the governorship, but because of certain reasons, you lost almost everything in Zamfara.
Yes.
Why are you having issues in Zamfara?
You see, Zamfara state politics is a different politics. It's different from...
I know this for sure.
Every state politics.
And it's a small state.
And it is a small state. There is no synergy, sorry to say. There is no synergy among the critical stakeholders.
But they were all backed by one man, let me put it mildly. Almost every person, when you see, starting from Ahmed Yerima, right? He was the governor on the return of democracy.
Yeah.
He was instrumental to the coming of Shinkapi.
Yes.
He was instrumental to the coming of Yari.
Yes.
So,
you see, what we need to know is, we Zamfara will begin to take something that is not supposed to be taken into cognizance.
Okay.
We prioritize it and attach importance to it and take it as an issue.
All right.
We need to have synergy between us, between the critical stakeholders. We need to know where did we stop and where are we going to start tomorrow.
Yeah.
So that is what we lack in Zamfara State.
Okay.
We lack synergy among the critical stakeholders.
Is it power mongering or what?
If there is synergy among the critical stakeholders, there won't be this pronouncement that APC could not field candidate 2019.
Yeah.
If there is enough synergy between the critical stakeholders.
At that time, the key stakeholders were, of course, Marafa and Abdelaziz Yari. Am I correct?
Not really. Not
exclusively.
We have them because we have Aminu Sani Jaji. He aspired for governor. We have Mahmoud Ali Shinkafi.
Yeah.
He aspired for his second tenure.
Yes.
We have Abubakar Magaji. He aspired. We have the then Minister of Defense, Mansour Ali, aspired. We have Sagir Hamidu, aspired.
Wow.
We have the then Deputy Governor, Malam Wakala, aspired. We have Marafa, aspired.
Kabiru Marafa,
Kabiru Marafa, aspired. We have almost 8 of them aspired. And the other candidate that the governor produced on the other side, he too aspired. So because of lack of synergy among the critical stakeholders, you sit down, you iron things, you talk to yourself, evaluate things. I will see where you are lacking and see where you are
and
progressing.
say that it is only one seat. Why can't we just coalesce into a force and produce one?
That was what led to the failure of APC 2019.
And Marapa went to court, apart from others.
This 8 people, we call it them G8, group of 8. They went to court.
But he was more vocal. I don't know why.
No, he led the procession.
Okay.
He led the procession. So that's why he was more pronounced among them. He led them, and they went to court, and they succeeded. So in every aspect, you need to call your partner. You need to call your partner, sit down, discuss, iron things that this thing does not belong to you alone.
Yeah.
This thing is a collective responsibility. This thing, you need to come all around the table and we discuss the way forward. We talk to people that are hurt. We talk to the people that gain. If you gain, that does not mean that you
are the overall winner.
Overall winner. If you lost, that doesn't mean that tomorrow you not.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay.
We'll take a short break.
Thank you.
Viewers, don't go away. We'll be back shortly.
You're welcome.
Trust TV.
Welcome back. We still have Honorable Mansour Khalifa in the studio. Yes, we are discussing the complexity, of course, Zamfara politics. Yeah. Now, the next issue is, have you people learned any lesson between 2019 and 2023? Because when you look at it, of course, Matawale defected to APC. But at the end of the day, you lost the state again in 2023.
Yeah. We lost as party, as APC in Zamfara State. We lost the governorship.
Yeah.
But you see, Asiwaju won Zamfara.
Yes.
And he won it massively. And we have almost 4 members House of Representatives, 2 senators. And the issue of losing governor, as I told you, yes, that arose because of lack of synergy between our...
Still, what played out?
Yeah, between our critical stakeholders. But I'm sure, I don't want to dwell on that so much because the case is in the court.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the APC will emerge victorious.
Sure?
Yeah, will emerge victorious after the court case.
But of course, there are certain things that are not sub judice which we can discuss here. For instance, at the polls, this guy won. I mean, he won.
Yeah, you know, you have been seeing cases like making pronouncement that so person won, and when the matter is taken to court, you will see a different person again. I am sure, you know, if I should tell you this, in Zamfara State, as the governor announced it, that on the election day, you see soldiers at the polling units. What is soldier doing at the polling unit? Because the law did not allow soldier to come at the polling unit.
Maybe because of the insecurity in Zamfara State.
Maybe because of there is a specific arrangement made by the law where soldiers are supposed to stay.
You think they usurped the law?
Even the issue of insecurity you are talking about, most of the areas that are identified as dangerous areas, there was a relocation of polling points, polling unit to the nearest place where security is ensured.
Yes.
So if that polling unit is being transferred from that particular place to another place, why should soldiers be there?
But I'm shocked you are saying the PDP use the military of sorts.
Oh yes.
But this is a state governed by APC, so the governor is APC. All of you are APC. How comes PDP had their way to?
If you are talking about,
they don't have the power of incumbency. Yeah.
If we are talking about interests,
yes,
interests go beyond being on the same political party. Oh yes. So I don't want to dwell and talk too much about the issue.
You think there is anti-party posturing?
No.
The APC to
there's nothing
sabotage the governor?
No. There's nothing like anti-party within the state. There's nothing like anti-party within the state. No, not at all.
Okay. So what plays out?
Forces worked against us.
Okay, then maybe you don't want to mention the forces, but I would love you to mention the forces.
I can't mention them before the media now because the case is in the court.
Maybe you are also cooking it within the party.
Yes, and the party at the national level is working tirelessly toward reconstructing the matter.
Okay, now how did Asiwaju won in Zamfara, but the APC lost at the gubernatorial level? What happened?
Yeah.
Because Nigeria will be willing to know, because he lost Lagos.
He lost Lagos
during the presidential election.
Of course, he won Zamfara. And
of course, he won during the governorship. His candidate won, but the reverse is the case in Zamfara.
I'm telling you, APC did not lose Zamfara even at the governorship election.
Wow.
Yeah. And
I really want to understand how.
And the court will prove me right. Court will prove me right.
You think you have all the facts to prove that?
If you don't have facts,
if
you don't have facts, you can't approach the court of competent jurisdiction.
There was this allegation. I'm sorry to say it. We had it. Maybe you didn't hear it, or you had it. You don't want to mention it, Honorable. That, of course, like Yari, they work for their senatorial seat and all that. Marapa wanted to get his own, but he was actually defeated by Ikira Bilbis. You know, the result was not announced immediately the way others were announced, right?
It was declared inconclusive.
That they actually led the governor on his own. Is that correct?
No. The issue of Marafa result was, the election was declared inconclusive.
Yes.
It was done 3 weeks or 4 weeks after.
Yeah.
And all hands were on deck to make sure that Matol Lake got elected. And forces worked against us, and there was nothing we could do at that material time.
Yeah.
But there is a better way to address our case.
Which is the court.
Which is the court.
The other time you tried to address it at the Supreme Court, but you people failed, and that was what brought PDP.
If you take your case to the court and the court tell you that you are wrong, you just have to fold your arms and say that you are wrong.
But some people are saying it serves the outgoing governor right, because look at it. He was in PDP. He got it on a platter because of the internal acrimony within the APC. But when he got it, maybe he thought that he can play God. Then he now moved to APC. And now he has been paid in his own coin.
No, Musamba, you don't take it like that.
Okay.
Because I'm
just voicing out what Nigerians are saying.
We have been seeing people cross-carpeting.
Yeah.
From
the antics of Nigerian politics.
Antics of Nigerian politics. You move from PDP to APC, from APC to PDP. And some win and some lose. And even if you stay within your party, you can still lose. And if you cross carpet, you can win and you lose. you can lose. So that cannot be a stand that he crossed
simply because he crossed carpet that he
crossed carpet to APC. No.
But there are some politicians that have principle, like you. I don't think if you move to any other party, you've been consistent. APP, AMPP, you know?
Yeah.
So why are you different from others?
You know, we all came the political three of Zamfara state.
Thank you for using that word. Yeah, political tree. The root is one.
The root is one.
Then branches, yeah.
Yeah. We all came from Yarima Bakura.
Yes.
He is the political mentor, whether you like it or not. He is the father of politics.
But the wind has blown him out now.
No, we are all his lieutenants.
Up till now?
Yeah.
But nobody is hearing about him.
It doesn't mean he knew he has people like us. Yarima Bakura is still a factor to reckon with in the state. It's a factor.
But do you people consult him when taking decisions that you are still having issues?
That is why I told you we lack synergy within the critical stakeholders.
Meaning he's not strong enough to bring all of you together.
Not necessarily not strong.
All right.
If you are not consulted as a critical stakeholder, you don't have to call somebody and tell, come and consult me.
Yeah.
You just have to take your stand or take yourself. You need your space within your
territory. And then observe from a distance.
And then maybe if something happened and people realize their mistake, they'll come back to you and you address it for them.
All right.
So still Yarima Bakura is a factor to reckon with in Zamfara state. All our former governors, Yarima Bakura, Mahmoud Ali Shenkafi, Abdul Aziz, they are all factors to reckon with in Zamfara state.
And you respect them.
And we respect them.
So what do we expect now going forward? Because two lessons to learn, 2019 and 2023. You people didn't get it right, or the way you want.
No, this time around, court will set it for God's will, because we have enough facts and evidence before the court.
And Nigerians are actually accusing politicians of resorting to court instead of using internal party mechanism to sort out themselves. Don't you think it's better you start solving your problems at the state level within the party instead of resorting to court? Because there is this provision that if there are issues, an individual, if he gets to court, he can even be expelled. Look at it now. There is call to expel Salihu Lukman, the national vice chairman of the party, simply because he's asking the party to do certain things. They say, oh no, he didn't exhaust internal party mechanisms. Yeah.
You see, the democracy in Nigeria is not yet matured enough.
Yeah.
We are getting there.
Okay.
We are getting there.
After 24 years.
Yeah, of course. America, how many years is
over 200.
Yes. So we are getting there. But for now, it's not yet matured. Next time, Zamfara, that was announced that APC did not field candidate 2019. I'm sure next time APC in Zamfara state will not make the same mistake of not fielding candidate. I'm not saying it will not make mistake, but the same particular mistake of not fielding candidate, all 36 candidates were not fielded.
Yeah.
So that mistake will not happen again in Zamfara, because we have learned our lessons from that.
Okay, let's move to the national level. You produce Tinubu as far as Zamfara is concerned. How do you feel compared to other states that were unable to produce, votes enough for Tinubu to win, like Kano, right? Like Kaduna, Sokoto?
We produce massive vote for Tinubu this 2023 general elections. And Tinubu won about 13 or 15 states.
Yeah.
And he subsequently...
And he got 25%, almost 19, yeah.
Almost 19 states. Across the... No, not 19. 25%.
In 19?
No, in 30 states.
Okay, 30.
Yes.
Okay, 29? Okay, fair enough. Let's go, 29.
Yes, 25% in 30 states. So
29 states.
29 states,
yeah.
Okay. So he emerged as winner of this general election. And I'm happy because Zamfara state is part and parcel of this victory. Zamfara state is part and parcel of the victory of Asiwaju.
Yeah.
And Asiwaju consulted Zamfara for their vote, and they assured him their vote, and thank God we have delivered.
So do you think you have now higher stake, like other states that could not actually deliver?
Oh yes, we have.
Yeah, higher stake like Kano, compared to Kano, maybe compared to.
We are talking of Northwest.
Yeah.
Geopolitical zone.
Exactly.
And
Kano
in
is
politics,
yes.
When after the politics, after the winner emerge, there is what we call dividend of democracy at the initial stage.
Yes.
You sit down and make allocation based on agreement that will provide peace within the party. I'm sure that will be done. That is allocation of Senate President, allocation of Speaker, allocation of Deputy Senate President, Deputy Speaker, allocation of SGF, Chief of Staff, and all on other high-ranking officers within the government.
Yeah.
So that is where claims will arise. Like here in the Northwest, Sokoto, Kebbi, Zamfara, Kano, Katsina, Jigawa, and Kaduna.
Yes.
We are putting our claim that we are looking for the speakership of the National Assembly.
Yeah.
Leadership of the House of Representatives.
Yes.
We want Zafati to look into our
clarion call
to allocate or zone the speakership to Northwest. Because when the speakership is zoned to Northwest, we know that God's willing is automatically coming to Zamfara State.
But why do you think Northwest? Why not any other? Are you not being selfish? You just produce the president.
No. You know, we just have to talk on issues.
Okay.
Number one, the issue of Muslim ticket filled everywhere in Nigeria before the general elections, and it generated high-profile tensions. And we need to douse it and bring it down and show to our fellow Christians that politics is not about religions. Everybody needs to be carried along. So the Senate President, I'm sure, I'm not at the National Working Committee
of the party. You are a stakeholder at the state level. You're all right.
But I'm sure they will zone it to either south or southwest, so that to neutralize that
south or southeast.
south or southeast.
Yes.
So that they neutralize the tension
generated by
the Muslim ticket.
Yeah.
And I'm sure when that thing is done, that one is solved. After that, the speakership is number 4 seat. That's why we are putting our claim that this speakership should come to the Northwest, because Northwest contribution to the winning of Asiwaju cannot be underestimated.
Yeah.
Cannot be ignored.
Yeah.
And particularly the contribution of Zamfara State, because Zamfara State happened to be solely contributed towards the winning of Asiwaju. Let me give you this.
Jigawa, they also
I'm not saying no.
Won.
I'm not saying no. APC did not win Kano.
Yeah.
APC did not win Sokoto.
Yeah.
APC did not win Katsina.
Yeah.
APC did not win Kebbi.
Yeah.
And APC did not win Kaduna.
Yeah.
APC won only Zamfara and Jigawa.
Exactly.
And Jigawa could only produce less than 40,000 vote difference.
But they produced.
I know the APC won.
Yeah.
Of course, I am happy.
Yeah.
They won, but they produced less than 40,000 votes margin.
Yes. Yeah.
But Zamfara produced more than 100,000 votes difference. So if something is put on table, based on your contribution, come and claim it.
So who are you now canvassing for? Because I know there are about 11. Let me mention the names.
Okay.
For our viewers. We have Ahmed Wase, right? From Plateau. This is North Central.
Okay.
Mukhtar Betara from Borno. That is Northeast.
Yeah.
We have Abubakar Maiki, Yelema, Jigawa, which is of course, northwest. Yusuf Gagdi, Plateau, north central. Sadi Soli Jibia, Katsina, northwest. Abdur Rahim Olawi Kwara, north central. Tajuddin Kaduna, right? We have Tajuddin from Kaduna, which is northwest. Then Aminu Sani Jaji, Zamfara, northwest. Then Benjamin Kalu Abia, which is southeast. Miriam Ojenaka, also southeast. Almost 11 names here I mentioned. But it's like from the northwest, you have more. You have more. I'm not
saying we don't have
more of the contenders.
I know we have more of the contenders.
Yeah.
But if you want to claim something, you have to possess something.
You have to give.
You have to give. You have to give before you are qualified to be. Now, if this thing, Oswaju now has become the president of the Federal Republic, and the dividend of democracy is on table now. It's about to be divided or shared.
It's about to be shared.
It's about
the
to
food
be
has
shared.
been cooked.
The food has been cooked.
Plates are all over. Plates are all over.
So you come with your plate according to your contributions.
So you are now saying
yes,
Jaji, right?
Jaji, I'm saying Aminu Sani Jaji. We are calling for the national APC to zone it to the northwest, and after zoning it to the northwest, micro-zone it to Zamfara because of our arsenal, because of our weapons at hand, because of what we have at hand. We came with our votes.
Now, let
me tell you this.
Okay.
We have 2 or 3 reasons. Number one is our votes. And these votes were secured in Zamfara. Aminu Jaji single-handedly secured it, even though contributions were there.
Yeah.
But he worked tirelessly to make sure that Tinubu emerged or won Zamfara State. Not
as what? As member of House of Reps or as member of mobilization committee? Because yes, while reading about him, I realized that.
Make sure that Tinubu won Zamfara with
wide margin.
Not only to win it, he won it with wide margin. That is number one. And everybody in Zamfara State knows that Aminu Sani Jaji worked for Tinubu tirelessly in Zamfara. That is number one.
Okay.
Number two, our claim to this seat is we look back at history. Look back at history. Within this 7 states of Northwest, Kaduna had vice president, even though it was in PDP.
Yeah.
Kano had 2 speakers.
Yeah, Salisu Buhari,
Gali Umar Naba.
Yes.
Katsina had
Masari
and Buhari as president. Sokoto had
Aminu Tambuwal.
Aminu Waziri Tambuwal
as speaker.
Kebbi also had Haliru as national chairman.
Yeah.
So the dividend of democracy, you need to consider those that are not having anything at hand. I hope you are getting.
Well, viewers are listening, but I have my reservations from some of the issues. Because if you now talk about specifics, I mean, even the votes, just put them, in a bottle. The numbers. Of course, he has won. Tinubu has won in.
Did Tinubu?
Yeah, but in terms of the numbers,
did APC win Kaduna?
He got quite a number. No, they did not. We're talking about the numbers, not the overall winning. Even though you politicians, for expediency, now say, okay, even if it is with 150 votes, since he has won, that should be the threshold for this thing. But my concern, Honorable, is that since the return of democracy, you have mentioned names. You mentioned Salisu Buhari, you mentioned Galina Abba, right? You mentioned Masari, you mentioned Aminu Tambuwal. You've been producing speakers. I'm now putting the whole of the Northwest together. Would you allow other places to also have a take of the speakership?
No. The dividend of democracy is not only one position that is being issued to a particular geopolitical zone. Not only one position. If you are given this, another geopolitical zone will take this. If you are given this, another geopolitical zone will take this.
That's why I'm saying, why can't you go for deputy speaker, for instance?
No.
You want the best?
We want the best.
Okay. Now, in Zamfara specifically, Abdulaziz Yari, he has thrown his hat the contest for the Senate presidency. So how will you reconcile his ambition and that of Aminu Sani Jaji? They are all from Zamfara State.
They are all from Zamfara
Are
State.
you going to plead with one of them to...
No, as I told you,
Yes.
the number one position, number two position goes to Muslims.
Yeah.
So we need to neutralize that tension, to bring it down, so that our Christian brothers will be carried along.
Yes.
Our Christian brothers will know that, yes, we have been saying that it is not a matter of religion. It is a matter of equal participation, all inclusive, inclusiveness of all. So I think the APC is thinking to give it out to the north, southeast or south-south.
So are you now, if at the national level they agree to take it to south-south or southeast, will you now tell Abdulaziz Yari to submit and forget about his ambition?
Oh, if you are a faithful party member, you just have to agree with the submissions of the party.
Yeah.
Because if the submissions of the party do not come in terms with their opinion this time around, it will next time around. Next time. So it's not a do or die affair.
Yeah. Now, apart from Yari, Senator Barrow is also seeking to become Senate President, and he is from the Northwest. What will you tell him?
As I told you, we are saying the leadership of the party should consider us and zone the speakership to us, because we want our Christian brothers to know that they are carried along.
Yeah.
They are carried along.
So indirectly, you are also pleading with Senator Barrow to...
Yeah, if the Senate presidentship did not go to Northwest, that means the issue of the party, if the party zone it to the south-south or southeast, the issue of that togetherness, the issue of that around everybody, bring everybody inclusive, come to table, come to a common goal, irrespective of your religious background, cultural background. That is the most spirit we should anchor.
Okay.
We have to emphasize on it that, okay, now we have Muslim ticket as president and vice president.
Yeah.
Fine. It is also good for our Christian brothers to be considered.
Yeah. Honorable, whenever we bring any APC chieftain, while asking questions, it tends to be very complicated because of the conflicting interests. We heard that, of course, Ashwaju is looking towards Akpabio, who is from the south, and then to pair him with Barrow from the Northwest. So are you now thinking of having two, that's Deputy Senate President and then Speaker at the same time?
We are entitled to more than two if...
Well, how do you mean? This is really funny.
Of course, because...
Are you not being greedy?
No,
I mean,
it's what you put on the table. It depends on what you put on the table.
You think you're not being greedy?
No.
To have Deputy Senate President and then to have Speaker?
Okay, if Zamfara, if this seven state Northwest geopolitical zone,
yes,
the high hopes were on Northwest.
Yes, to produce the president.
To make the president, to make sure that the president emerged as a winner.
Yes.
And the state, some of the state failed, and this Zamfara state rescued them. Are you telling me that we cannot put our claims?
Now, if you take the Deputy Senate President, you take the Speaker, what happens to Southeast?
No, I'm not saying we should take the Deputy...
South, of course, they are going to maybe have
I am not saying we should take the Deputy Senate President and Speaker.
Okay, are you now saying Barrow should also be...
No, what I'm saying in essence, number one, our priority is number 4 position, that is the speakership.
Okay, you have more...
We prioritize it, the speakership, because we know the spirit...
Over the Deputy Senate President?
Oh, yes. We know the spirit that is there. We know what Speaker can do.
You think he can wield more influence than Deputy Senate President?
I know with the person I am anchoring, with the person I am promoting, Aminu Sani Jaji, if he clinches that seat of speakership, you'll be surprised.
But what's so special about him, he is just coming to the House for the second time, right? He won in 2019. How better is he compared to all the other stakeholders? I mean, who are, yes, like Dogwa, who is also in the rest, right? We have Aminu, we have Abbas Tajuddin from Kaduna, and all that. Yeah.
Okay, I think the National Assembly have it that you must, before you become a speaker, you must be a ranking officer.
Yeah.
And I'm sure by your statement, you know that Aminu Sani Jaji is a ranking officer, is a ranking member.
As Tajuddin.
And of course, I'm not saying they're all qualified to that.
And Adamawa.
Yeah, they are all ranking
They
members.
are mentioning their
But
names.
you know, you can be in university for 4 years to obtain your degree.
Yes.
And you can come out knowing nothing or having little knowledge about. You can be in the university to obtain your degree for 4 years and you come out excellently. And that degree, your mate in the same class can have carryover, and that carryover can graduate to spilling.
Okay, now are you saying Dogwa who is more ranking compared to...
I don't want to call names.
But they are actually...
I said I don't want to call them. You are trying to show that Aminu is just coming for the second time. Yeah. Maybe you are trying to see or downsize his capacity. No. So if you are there for the first time and you are coming there for the second time, you have qualified. You are qualified to aspire for that position as a ranking officer. That is what I want to clear your doubt about it. Aminu Jaji, 2015 to 2019, that is 8th Assembly. He served at 8th Assembly. Aminu Jaji, that time was his first time to serve as member House of Representatives. But Aminu Jaji chaired the most sensitive position in the House. That is House Committee on Security and Intelligence.
Yeah.
That is the most sensitive committee in the House.
Yes, because we have security issues.
Yeah, because we have security issues. IG is part of that committee. Chief of Air Staff is part of that committee. Chief of Naval Staff is part of that committee. Chief of Defense Staff is part of that committee. Direct DG SSS, DG NIA. All these high-profile security operative officers are part of that committee.
And he chaired
it.
But has it impacted on Zamfara?
Oh, yes.
That committee he chairs, has
not,
it in
not,
any way
not only in Zamfara. Not only in Zamfara.
But Zamfara is the most rugged
I said
state.
not only in Zamfara, meaning that he did in Zamfara. I said not only in Zamfara.
Okay.
Not only in Zamfara. Go and ask people from Maiduguri. Go and ask them. I don't want to read security issues here.
Yeah, but because it's part of the conversation, because on daily politics we discuss
most of
policy,
issues are classified
politics
matters.
and economy and governance.
Are classified matters. So Aminu Jaji has contributed immensely towards the development of security in Nigeria.
People always say charity begins at home, and the way you are pressing him in terms of chairing the committee is one thing, but look at
Aminu Jaji contributed. Yeah, he helped out. During that time, he participated in deploying massive security agents to Zamfara State.
Okay, we brought Senator Smart Adeyemi at a time here, and he said it takes more than 2 terms to understand the legislative ropes. Now, some of these newcomers or those that have just one tenure in the National Assembly are aspiring to lead. Now, Smart Adeyemi is there for the 3rd time. How do we reconcile this legislative experience and what you said earlier, that you can go to the university?
No, I said it's the issue of leadership is all about delivery.
All right.
If you can deliver, fine and good. If you can deliver, fine and why are we having high hopes on Asiwaju?
Yeah.
And this is his first time to come as a president. Why are we having high hopes on him? Because we have seen his work in Lagos.
Yeah, you know he was a governor two
was a governor.
times.
Oh, yes.
Then senator.
So because we have seen his work in Lagos. So I am sure we have seen the work of Aminu Jaji in the house.
Are there other things that we can use to gauge the pedigree of Sani Jaji beyond legislative experience?
Yeah, I told you, number one, it's all about vote canvassing. Number one, Jaji has delivered.
I mean, in terms of work experience.
Yeah, work experience. Aminu Jaji was AMPP chairman of his own local government, Brinamaga local government in Zamfara State. Aminu Sani Jaji was a local government chairman, elected local government chairman in Zamfara State. So any person that was elected as local government chairman, he worked directly with the grassroots. And politics is all about grassroots.
Yeah, politics about grassroots. There is this fear in the north. Now, I'm still going back to the national scene. There is this fear that power is moving to the south at a time when the north actually needs it desperately, going by the economic deprivation, the insecurity, you know, the social malice and all that. You canvass votes for Tinubu, and people, there is this belief that when you have it, winner takes all. Do you have these fears that now that power is moving to the south, meaning dividends of democracy will also move to the south rather than the north?
No, we are optimistic that Asiwaju will do his best because he will look at the contributions of various regimes, various states and individuals, and he will reward them accordingly.
All right.
And we know that North contributed immensely, tremendously towards his success. And I'm sure Asiwaju is not that kind of person that will ignore whosoever contributed in his success. I know Asiwaju is more than that. He will deliver. He will arrive at the destinations we're expecting him to
Because northern governors were said to be instrumental, of course.
Of course, northern governors were the ones that, in the first place, agreed on power should shift to the south.
And some people are actually accusing them of
And
not.
the people have decided.
You think it's a fair deal that the power has moved to the south?
The will of the people expressed their will on the ballot, and he won. Meaning that yes, people that is what people want.
Even though you are from Zamfara, but Nigerians, when we talk to them, they say it's better we start talking to leaders to have ground rules. I mean, to start asking for specifics from Tinubu. If you have your way, what will you ask him to do for the north?
No, I will ask him for security first.
All right.
Because the North is in their need of security. Even though there was improvement
at the claim.
There was at the claim. Improvement, we need more. We need more investment on security. We want the federal government to declare a state of emergency on security. Invest more so that our people will go to farm, our people will sleep at home, our people will go back to their daily business. Some people, grassroots common man, don't even know what is government.
Yeah.
He has no link with government. All his link is he go to farm, he go to school, and he go to his
he should secure our environment. He should
secure our environment. The northern territory should be secured.
All right. I think this is a very good request for the president. Honorable Mansour Khalifa, former commissioner for commerce, special advisor for two different governors, now deputy secretary, right? Assistant secretary, APC Zamfara. We thank you for coming to the program.
Thank you so much.
Viewers, this is where we come to the end of today's edition of the program. We hope you enjoyed. Join us tomorrow for another interesting package. For now, bye-bye. I'm Hamza Idris.